Hey guys, welcome back to Stonks Maxxing Day 71. So, this is part 4 of our Intel series, and I think in the last 3 streams, first one was part 1, where I think I read through a few memos online about Intel. This was a point where they released their second quarter earnings, and turns out it was pretty bad. I think quarter over quarter they saw maybe a 15% decline in revenue. I have to double check the numbers. Let's see. Intel quarter. Yeah, I should have this in my mind. Down 1% year over year. It's not terrible, actually. They also suspended their. Okay. So don't even listen to me. I don't know what I'm saying. It would be nice to have the quarter by quarter, but I guess it is very cyclical. The oh, actually, I might have. Reported, okay. Adjusted revenues. Okay, let's just go off adjusted revenues for now. So it was a slight increase, actually. Okay. Never mind. Never mind, never mind. But I think in terms of earnings, the number did fall. And let's see. Yeah, I guess it's just been on a secular decline. Let's do a little column chart. I guess there is the cyclicality, maybe. Let's insert chart. Q4. So you do see Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And you kind of see this upwards pattern and it falls in an upward pattern. Although this, yeah, falls. Usually Q4 tends to be the better. Seems like, okay. But in this case, I think this is when we saw Apple replace their chips for MacBooks using the Apple M1 as opposed to the Intel Core Series chips. Alright, I think that's helpful. I'm gonna place this back for now. Yeah, this is I think what is really scary for Intel. So you had a slight year-over-year decline, but I think your operating expenses in this case, restructuring was high. Also research R&D was high. Okay, so you did have this negative earnings per share, right? Yeah, that's tough. I wonder why. What was the restructuring charge here? Not entirely sure. So is this a non-cash expense then? Because they're adding it back? Employee severance and benefit arrangements. Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm not to dive a little bit deeper into this one, but this stream is titled historical financial, so or historical products. I don't know if we'll get into that. Maybe it should be worth diving into. Let's see. I don't want to be in my life. I want to be in Intel. There we go. I gotta fix all this stuff too. But stream 2, I think I watched. I'm trying to remember. Computex. That was one. It was a little conference held in Taiwan where a bunch of tech companies, Intel, Nvidia, AMD, they were all there pitching their new product lines. And also they had a webcast about their IDM 2.0. This is their integrated device manufacturer 2.0 strategy plan, where essentially Intel is taking their foundry business, they're separating that into a reportable business segment that actually has a P&L to it. So this business entity that's owned by Intel will record revenues based on either 1, making chips for Intel, or 2, making chips for Nvidia, AMD, any other person. And so I think there's a double counting of revenue here, but somehow they normalize that after some point, because if Intel is counting their own spend as revenue, then they're overinflating their revenues, right? Because it's just the cost. So I'm trying to think of a simple example. Let's say Intel makes $2. Or let's make it easier. So Intel sells $1 of chips, and it costs $1 to make it. So now their revenue is $2, but so they record the revenue as 2, right? Costs $1 to make it, so they decrease the revenue by $1, and now they have a profit of $1. If you were to have $1 of sales for the Intel chip and don't record the $1 from the IFS as revenue, and then you subtract the cost of the chip, then you get 0. So you inflate your revenues, and then as a downstream effect, you're also inflating your net income. Okay. Yeah. Core product line. So building out this mental model, essentially Intel today, we only really care about 2 things. 2 of Intel's largest business segments are its client compute group and their data center AI. Client compute group, think about it as this laptop I'm streaming on. It's a MacBook, but let's say for example purposes, it has an Intel chip. So these are chips. Think the Intel Core product line. This is their main client compute group product line. Chips that are sold to personal computers that are bought by offices, that are bought by everyday people, that are bought by people within the education space, so students, that are bought by gamers. You have different end markets, but the idea is the same. You're selling these chips to OEMs, original equipment manufacturers like Dell, HP, Lenovo, Asus. Those are some of the ones I can think of right now. And you also are selling to maybe mobile. Okay, OEMs, right. And then another way to think about this actually is you have something technical that you can bucket chips into. One is sort of the personal computer type chip for notebooks or desktops. The other is server chips for more high performant computing type machines. And then the third, I think, is mobile. So mobile chips are used for very small handheld devices that need to pack a lot of punch in order to do processing on a very small device. And I think most mobile chips today are ARM-based. So ARM-based is the idea of using a RISC, I think, reduced instruction set architecture based model of assembly language. I have to double check the technical wording behind that. Right? I remember looking at a little presentation that my professor gave in class, saying that ARM was, ARM, AMD, NVIDIA, Intel, I'm getting this mixed up. That ARM is using the RISC instruction set architecture as its underlying way of interacting with the hardware. So I guess it's a firmware of sorts. Let's double check actually. What is RISC? Reduce instruction set computer. Okay. ARM, right, so it is in some gaming consoles. MIPS. Shoot. Okay. Does ARM have its own assembly language? Okay, so ARM has its own instruction set as well. I guess this is the architecture, but the ARM assembly language is based off the RISC. I have to understand the groupings a little bit. Right. That's the main idea. I think what Intel does, they focus on the x86, so it's a complex instruction set. And I don't know exactly what the dynamics are between what prefers or what OEMs prefer which. I think what Apple does right now is they have an ARM-based chip, so this is going to be a reduced instruction set computer, and this is sort of a different step compared to traditional Intel core chip computers. Okay, I'm trying to see what do I need to really focus on. I don't think there's really too much here. We also talked about the Intel processor problem, right? And then also the industry dynamics between Intel and AMD. the Xeon product line. So that's their data center and AI. This is their second biggest business segment after Client Compute Group. I think in 2023 in their annual report, I think it was very close, maybe like 12 billion in both around. I'm trying to remember the breakdown. I think actually the Client Compute Group was around 18 billion. DC, so DC and AI, that's their data center and AI. I think that was 12 billion, and then Intel Foundry Services was around $1 billion in revenue. Okay, I was actually very wrong. With the Client Compute Group, it was 29 billion, right? So that's a lot. And then the data center and AI, it's around 15 billion. Okay. Using what I know, right? Back in 2020, it was almost 40.6. Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna see if what I can do here. 2019, 2018, 2017. Okay, 2016, 2015, 2014. I think by this point, Intel was really dominating. They were really dominating this processor market. Oh man, what was the guy's name? I'm trying to remember the CEO during this time. I know he got ousted in 2018 due to a scandal. I think Brian Jacobs. It's my best guess. Intel CEO. Brian Kurznick. Okay, so I was... Kind of looks like Dumb and Dumber guy. What's his name? Dumber. Jeff Daniels. I don't know. The resemblance is uncanny. Okay. This is very old. I wonder... Yeah, there's a way you can hide things in Excel. I'm going to need to do that. So in terms of technology, 2023, I think, was Intel 3. Then... This is Intel 4, Intel 7, 2021, 2020, I think this is like FinFET or something. $10nm SuperFin. SuperFin. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what this was. I think Kaby Lake or Kirby Lake. So, Kirby Lake, Intel, Kaby Lake. So it was Kaby Lake. So this is Kaby Lake. Okay, Cabby Lake and I'm tired. Alright. Let's just dive right into this then. So Intel 10K. Let's just find one from 2010 or 10K from the olden days. Let's do so about 2012, yeah. Original design manufacturers. So I've been saying original device manufacturers this whole time. Oh, yeah, so I think in 2012, this was before AlexNet actually, thinking about the history of artificial intelligence. So NVIDIA hasn't even been discovered as something that could be used to train these AI models. I think AlexNet at the time was a sort of convolutional neural network. Yeah, I think this was a convolutional neural network at the time that was used to classify images on ImageNet. And they had trained their model on two, I think, NVIDIA GPUs. I don't know the exact model, but that was before this time, or I was after this time. $300 millimeter wafers. I would be curious to see what their risk factors are actually. There. Okay, it doesn't seem like they have this. Oh, PC client group. Never mind. They do have this. Data center group. So higher volume and higher average selling price. So I wonder if this was sort of a market type dynamic or a... Right, I have to think about this. In 2012, were laptops kind of the new wave? Laptops/notebooks. Did a pocket now? When did laptops become popular? Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so maybe this is worth exploring. I think this is 2010, 2009, 2008, 2007, 2006. 5 laptops end up outselling desktops. Yeah, okay, so let me figure out how to expand and hide columns in Excel. To create a button to expand or Alright, so let's go 2005 to 2010. Let's see. So Alt Shift right arrow to group. Guess that's Option Shift. Skip the columns. Oh, that's tough. That is tough. Okay. I'll put this here for now, so shift and 2. Okay. So 2012. Okay, this would be 2011 then, actually. 35406, 30327, and 24894. No product breakdown. So 2011, 10K. Okay. What 2005 was like. So I think 2005 Intel is getting cooked by AMD because of that Pentium. The Pentium foof bug. But I think that was older. But I guess those processors just weren't that great, so no one bought them. Telecommunications. Okay, so I guess this is where they're really old. Let's see. Support of the build out. So this is, I guess, also, yeah, the internet era. Huh. This was the heydays. I guess past the heydays. Maybe 1998 to 2000 was the heydays. Two 2004 7965. Oh no, sorry. 30. Oh no, CCG. Yeah. Pentium 4. Notebook, desktop. Yeah, I wonder if there is, if I added like a revenue thing. I don't think I did. I'm tired. Okay. I guess I'll add this at a very high level. Company level revenue. Cells to the right. Okay, 2002. So this is 86448. Oh, never mind. 26764. 3141. 34209. Okay, so I guess this is what one segment brings in today. In terms of revenue, right? Yeah. The company does seem to be profitable as well. Operating leases, okay, so restricted stock units. You have some that are in the money, some that are out of the money. Alright, operating income and net income. Okay, so operating income, it's 4,382,9,561 and 9,616. So these are as reported. Oh. Ah, shoot. 3. Two. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll add a gross margin as well. Because I think when we're thinking about gross margins, this will help us get a good idea of COGS. Not sure though. The net income, final 801 and 2101. Okay. So this is the Intel Pentium era. Okay, so I think this is, yeah, let's see what happens if we go into the overall revenues here. Yeah, I mean, this does seem pretty strong though, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I wonder if we could calculate kind of like the multiples at the time. Maybe like an earnings per share multiple. Not earnings per share, sorry, a price to earnings multiple. Seems like pretty solid gross margins back then. Like greater than 50% gross. I mean, even the operating margin profile seems pretty strong here. Like at least 25%. Then income before tax. Net income we have 4,369, 11,464, 12,942. Okay, maybe it'll be helpful to add a weighted average common shares. Add it. Well, include the dilution here. So I think if we include the dilution, that's gonna decrease their earnings per share. As you can tell, I'm pretty tired. I want to stream for at least an hour today. Yeah. Okay. What's I doing? Okay, weighted average common shares outstanding. 5557. Oh, this is the basic, right? What's diluted? This doesn't look straight. Yeah, I guess it is. So 5645, 5696, and then 5411. Alright. In million, except per share amounts. So even this is in millions. So you have 5 billion or 5,000 million shares outstanding. Okay. Six four nine four 6621 and 6759. Okay, so that's good. Solid. That's solid. Alright, let's maybe take a look at some EPS then. So if we take the weighted average, let's by net income by weighted average shares outstanding. So, okay, wow. You do have this huge difference in earnings per share in these two eras. Okay, and then I think if we have the price on, let's do diluted. At December 31st. That's end of year price. Okay. So Intel stock price. $2021, we do not want that. We want December 2021. That could work. So it's 17.58. Let's use that for now. 2003. $30.57, so it pretty much doubled almost. And then 2004, $23.02. If I use the year end, so I feel like maybe those days it already incorporated this information, so maybe we should be using January. 23.02, yeah. January. So next year, January price. $16.57. Okay, then $33.97. Okay. Next year, January price. Trailing 12-month PE. So just take the price per share, divide that by the earnings per share. Okay, you do have. Yeah, shit. That's pretty high. I think that is actually what we have today. Intel. Stock price. Should have stayed back. So you have an 88. Disappointments galore. Mrs. Anonymous. For more fodder to the Bears. Yeah, Soretta. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Gonna go use the bathroom. Ugh. Shoot. How do you analyze a business that's just so cheap? Oh, wait. What was the market cap back then? It'd be nice to see the enterprise value too. So if we had an idea of their debt, we could calculate their enterprise value of their debt, and also maybe some cash. Let's take a look at market cap. Market cap. Okay, what am I looking at? So, price. Next generate price times weighted average. Okay, remember that this is in millions, so this is also in millions. So this is 100 or so billion. Yeah, I have to be careful. Because right now it's higher. Yeah. Not entirely sure if this is right. Today Intel is trading at 1961, while the market cap is 83.8 billion, which is less than this. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Gotta go use the bathroom. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if I can download Intel price, so stock price data. Because I do have to account for splits, right? Oh, shit. Stock split history. Okay. It only split 2000s. Alright. Really? They IPO'd this early? I feel like Intel started. So Shockley Semiconductors is 1990, 1955. Fairchild Semiconductor was 1957. Then I guess they left Fairchild maybe 1960s. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. 342. So I guess this pricing should be stable from this. So I guess back then, if they did have... Okay, yeah, I see. I think how this can happen then is, okay, you can have a higher price and a lower market cap today if the number of shares outstanding is less than what you had in the 2000s. So I think this is weighted average common shares outstanding was 6,759. Let's take a look then at Intel. I guess just look at their most recent 10K. Oh, that was asking about it for MIPS assembly. 2011. I don't want no 2011. Alright. Let's go back to 1. Oh, I forgot how long these are. Yeah, okay. So, I think this does help confirm. Not entirely sure, but weighted average common shares outstanding is less. So even when Intel was struggling with the Pentium era, its stock price was still is lower today, or I guess the value of the company is lower today than it was back in the 2000s, which is exciting as a value investor. I think that's some good news. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I don't know why I got excited all of a sudden. Maybe it's like what... Oh man, I don't like admitting that I do watch Martin Shkreli videos, but his videos are pretty entertaining. And I think he had talked about how investing is like a garage sale. And every day you can go to this garage sale and see if there's a trinket that you like, and see if you can buy the trinket for less than what it's worth. I think this could be a case where that happens. Let's see. Weighted average comment outstanding. 10K. Earnings per share, let's see. So diluted, 4212, 4123, and 4090. Okay. So this is from Intel 2023 10K. I'm gonna just add this here. Fonts. Yeah, maybe there's an easier way to do this. Okay. This is from the 2011 10K. From the 2002 10K. 2004 10K then. Double check, is it? Yeah, I guess so. Alright. Ended December 23rd. Okay, so let's see actually. Can we get the next? Alright, so if we do this study, right? Intel market, Intel stock price in the past 5 years, so in December of 2020, let's do January, so $29.22. That was January 2023, I think, right? January 1st. $2023, okay. It's 29.22. So January 20th, 29.22. Edit note. So this is 2023. Okay. And this is still next year January price. So what if I delete this for now? January 28th, 47.43. 47, was that 83 or 43? 43.73. Yeah. 47.73. January 28. Eight, 2022. Alright, and then I guess most recent January 5th, 2024. January 26th. So 43.65. 5 and 43.65. January 26th, 2024. Okay. So net income. Yeah, if we can get the net income, then we can calculate the EPS and PEs here. Okay. Let's just do that before the stream ends and then call it a day. We didn't get too much into historical products. I might rename this actually. Historical valuations. Multiples. Okay. Intel. Let's see. What do I want here? Net income, right? Net income. Okay, so net income 2021 was a lot, damn. 19.868 and 8017 and 1675. Okay. So the number had increased. Maybe there's more incentive, more RSUs. Okay, so EPS. I think we could take our net income, divide this by per share, general price, so trailing 12-month PP price earnings. Right. 15 and 109. It seems really high. Yeah, that does seem pretty high. I guess that was the case there, right? You had earnings per share fall this much, but you have your stock price pretty much doubled. So you do have this compounding effect. Okay. Oh, right. But we wanted to know the market cap. The PE can only tell us so many things. So we take our price per share, multiply this by multiply that by the weighted average shares outstanding, then this will get us to our current market cap of the business. So I guess this is our stopping point for today, but this is right around the end of 2023, so spilling towards 2024 in January. You had a market cap of 183,000. In this case, it's 183,000 millions, so I think that's 183 billion. Now today, Intel is worth around 90 billion, so it's about halved at this point. Maybe even lower, so like 85 or so billion. 83. That's less than it ever was. Okay. So, interesting. Very interesting. I think I'm going to end this here. I'd definitely love to explore more tomorrow and think about this. Maybe start focusing more on the headwinds and the tailwinds. Have that laid out, really. And I think probably the headwinds are more important to focus here. See what the downside risks are. See what Intel is facing right now. I think just right off the bat, probably going to want to put this down here. Headwinds. So, slow. Process. Technology. Slow to improve process technology compared to TSMC. I think this is a very good example of that. And falling market share to AMD. x86 CPUs. So there's also maybe the idea of Moore's law is dead. Complete shift in computing architecture that doesn't need CPUs, right? If that's the case, then I mean Intel's whole business model is at risk. If there's a complete shift in the underlying computing architecture, if no one needs CPUs anymore, then the whole client compute group business segment of Intel is over, essentially. Leading to a complete shift in computing architecture that doesn't need CPUs. So other companies with better instruction processor with better architectures. So think ARM, RISC V. Okay. Yeah. I think this is where I'm going to end this today. Thanks for tuning in. Very excited about this. Catch you guys in the next one. All right. See you, everyone. Peace.